Beautiful.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Piscator UK. In my last video I mentioned that I was going to do a review on this Euro Nymphing Specific rod. The reason I wanted to do a review is because I would class this rod as a budget rod. It's under £100, and for a Euro Nymphing Specific rod I think that's excellent value. What makes this rod even better value is the quality and the actual build itself and its performance more than anything. So this rod is a 10-foot 2-weight rod, and the manufacturers have rated this a fast action rod. Now I would say that this rod is more medium to fast action just because of the recovery of the tip. And you know guys, when you're at a store and you're going to buy a rod, you've got to do an in-store wiggle. One, it lets you know how well the joins, each section joins together. You know, if you get home and you don't do your in-store wiggle and you do a wiggle at home and you've got creaking or cracking or just looseness in the joins, then you know you wasted your journey and possibly wasted your money. And what I mean by recovery is when you do a sharp downward action, the recovery from the tip back up to parallel is really quick. So it's not super quick like you would in a really stiff fast action rod, but it is really quick, and I would say that this is more of a medium to fast action rod. As I said, it's 10 foot 2-weight, and I'll start at the butt end, and this comes with a fighting butt. It's AA spec cork, and it is really good quality cork. There's not much filler on the cork on the handle. It feels nice in the hand, it's nice and soft, nice and smooth, and it does feel as if it's going to be hard wearing. You've got a little hardwood insert for aesthetic purposes, and it does make the rod look rather nice. This reel is a 3 to 4 weight aluminium lightweight reel. Now the review is not about the reel, but I just wanted to mention the reel because it is a lightweight reel, and I'll come on to the reason why in just a second. It has a screwed down reel seat. Now some manufacturers, particularly top end, they will do a screwed down reel seat for Euro Nymph specific rods, and the reason that they do that is the screw down reel seat pushes the reel as far back in the rod as possible, which helps with balance of the rod. Now as I said, this is classed as a lightweight reel, 3 to 4 weight aluminium, and the balance of this rod, it is a little bit windy at the moment, the balance of this rod is pretty damn good for a lightweight reel. You know, it's not high up in the handle. If I did it there, it's, you know, it's well off balance. It's sort of mid-section to the top end of the cork handle, and it's a good balance rod. And that's with my line through all the guides, and as you can see, I've got a little nymph in there as well. So yeah, locking down reel seat which pushes the reel back. Some manufacturers have screw up reel seats, which is obviously going to take the reel away from the end of the rod, which can affect the balance of the rod. You may be asking, well, I don't really bother about balance of the rod, but when it comes to Euro Nymphing, guys, for a Euro Nymphing specific rod, if you've got better balance in your rod, when it comes to keeping your rod up high, you know, it all helps to eliminate fatigue or reduce fatigue, and it can only be a good thing if you can balance your rod, I think, in my opinion. So coming along towards the tip of the rod, we've got a hook keep, nice big hook keep, and this rod, guys, at 10 feet is a 4-section rod. It's got understated graphics with the name of the rod and little gold bands at each whipping point. There's gold bands at each section and gold bands at each rod guide. Now the first stripping guide is quite a lightweight stripping guide, but the first stripping guide is on the number 1 section. I would much rather have the first stripping guide on the butt section, because I like to cast that a little bit further with the Euro Nymphing setup, and because I'm casting further I need to manage my line, and if that first stripping guide was closer to the handle, then it's much easier to manage line in your non-reel hand. It's just a personal preference. If you guys are just like your oval cast and short lining, it's not going to matter. 95% of Euro Nymph anglers fish a short line, and all the other guides all the way to the top eye are just the standard snake eye rod guides, which obviously reduces weight. And the top eye of the rod, reasonable size eye, nice and lightweight, and as you would expect with a Euro Nymphing rod, the top section, it's got nice sensitivity, nice and flexible, not too flexible, but enough to cushion those fish and to protect your ultralight tippets. So as I said, the graphics are quite understated, which is not a bad thing, and the finish is a complete black finish with the gold bands on each whipping section. On the finish itself, it's a black gloss finish, but the finish has a cross weave carbon finish. Although it's a black gloss finish, and I don't know if you can pick this up on camera, the sound. It's got like a micro thin dimple effect on the whole blank from the butt piece all the way to the top section. And like I said, I don't know if they thought about this when they made this rod, but it really reduces line stick to the blank when fishing in wet or damp conditions. Normally if you have a completely smooth gloss finish rod, you're going to get line stick to those smooth finish rods because of the ultralight leaders that you use. But because of this micro cross weave that they have on the rod, it does reduce line stick. It doesn't eliminate it, but it does reduce it, and I think that's a good thing. So that's pretty much the rod, guys. The reason I'm doing the review, as I said, is I just think it's superb quality for a Euro Nymphing Specific rod. And the name of the rod is, or the name of the manufacturer is MAXCATCH, and the name of the rod is a MAXCATCH Intouch Competition Nymph. And like I said, it's 10 feet and it's a 2-weight rod. MAXCATCH also do a 10-foot 6 and a 3-weight, 4 sections, a 10-foot 6 3-weight with 6 sections, and I think they do an 11 feet Euro Nymphing rod. I got the 10 feet rod because I think it's more suited to my needs. Although I'm on a big river today, I will predominantly fish medium to small rivers through the summer months. So that's why I got the 10 feet rod. As I said, guys, I do consider this rod to be a budget rod, but I think it's worth every penny and more. There's rods out there, guys, with top brands that are not as good as this in their lower ranges, and that's the reason for the review. I think it's worth a review to tell you guys about this rod. Before I go on any further, guys, the 4 pieces of your rod go into a superb rod hold all, which is tough. You can stand on this thing, it's not going to break, and yeah, it also comes with a cloth bag that you put your 4 sections of rod in, and you put that into the hold all to keep it all nice and safe on your journey. And its value is under £100, and I got this rod on eBay. Now, I contacted the company on eBay, and they have agreed to give you guys a 10% discount. I wish I got a 10% discount when I purchased the rod, but I didn't. You know, I just bought the rod to use. I'm not endorsed by MAXCATCH and I'm not paid by MAXCATCH, but they've kindly agreed to give you guys a 10% discount on the rod. Now, I don't know how long that discount is going to last. It may be for the first few customers, etc. But you know, what I paid for the rod without the discount, I'm more than happy with this rod, and there's other rods out there that I'd be disappointed with paying an extra £150 for. In order to get your discount, if you leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll tell you how you can go about getting the code for the 10% discount. What I will do though is I'll leave a description with a link of the rod, and you can go and view the rod online and you can check it out for yourselves and see what they have to offer. And if you're interested, then obviously you can leave a comment in the comments below, and I will get back to you and I'll tell you how you go about using the discount code. So that's it guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Piscator UK.